Here we are together again. I'm Brigitt Thompson, your favorite friendly neighborhood embodiment teacher, facilitator, practitioner, host, advocate, enthusiast, friend. I'm noticing that I'm just grateful to be alive today. I'm grateful to be in a body. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be awake and aware. I'm grateful to feel. And the more that I normalize feeling, the more that I'm able to experience those times when the doors do open. Sometimes the doors are closed and then they open. And are you even able to notice that? Are you even able to walk through the door? Or are you so activated and preoccupied with what's not working that you don't even notice that there's an open door? I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I woke up one morning feeling amazing, and I was like, what's going on here? Why am I feeling so good? And immediately my brain just went into this thing like, okay, how did I do this? What did I do? What did I eat yesterday? What time did I go to bed? How did I do? And I was just trying to reverse engineer this experience I was having, leaving the warmth and the joy and the deliciousness of the feeling to project out into this problem-solving place where it was like, okay, how do I hold on to this? So the grabbing, the hoarding, metaphorically, energetically, it's interesting. And I thought, okay, so when the doors open, my only job is to walk through. If I'm feeling good, my only job is to keep feeling. So it's funny because when you do embodiment work, very quickly you land in this place where you think, okay, my only job is to be in my body. Whatever else is going on outside of me, around me, within me, my only job is to be present and to be in my body and to be willing to feel. For me, that ends up deepening capacity. That ends up making me feel like I can handle more of life. I am beginning to understand that I cannot control the uncontrollable. Therefore, I need to find ways to feel the discomfort, the pain, the tension, the pressure that accompanies the unwanted. That's what embodiment work is about for me. So if I choose not to run away from pain, if I choose not to, when I can, obviously if the pain level is too high, I'm not in charge. None of us are. But there are levels of pain that we can encounter and engage with. Depending on who you are and where you are in your practice, it may be a 3 on the pain scale, 1 being the least amount of pain, 10 being the highest. It may be a 5 on the pain scale. There's a threshold for all of us, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, mental discomfort. There's a point on the pain scale for all of us where we're no longer in charge. But there are lower rungs on that ladder. There are lower elements on the pain scale, lower positions on that pain scale where we can engage, where we can do a little something. And that's kind of where I'm hanging out, and that's what we're talking about. So what I'm noticing is that if I'm willing to engage with the pain at those doable lower levels, when the pain dissipates, when it decreases, when it diminishes, I've built a little muscle. I'm a little stronger. It's very much like when I was in physical therapy. I was in a car accident when I was in my 30s, terrible car accident. And I was in physical therapy, and part of the therapy at this rehab place was going in the pool. And what happened was when I was in the pool, there was less resistance. I was able to do things in the water that I couldn't do on dry land. I was able to kind of strengthen certain muscles and do certain exercises with more ease when I was in the water. And what would happen was I would do these exercises with so much ease, and then the next day I would be sore. And I was like, wow, because I wasn't expecting to feel so sore, because when I put out the effort, it didn't really feel that bad. So I realized, oh, I'm really able to do a lot more in the water. And I was able to strengthen the body in a way that I wasn't able to outside of the water. And so it's very similar to that. Embodiment work is very similar to that. When you're willing to engage the discomfort, you're strengthening that awareness muscle and that capacity. You're deepening your capacity a little bit, so that overall you've strengthened yourself. You've enabled something new. A lot of people talk about nervous system regulation, and I'm sure that's a big part of it. I'm always a little bit hesitant to use that language because I'm not a sciencey person. But I know that that's a part of it too. Obviously, when it comes to changing my own startle response, that's definitely a nervous system thing. So that's kind of why we do these practices. I wonder what this brings up for you. I invite you to tune into my podcast, become a part of my community, join my mailing list, visit BrigittThompson.com. Everything's on the homepage. The link to my podcast, the link to booking a one-on-one session, the sign up for my mailing list is there, working with me, hiring me to do group workshops. It's all there on the homepage. All the links are there. So I invite you to go to BrigittThompson.com and hang out with me every once in a while. I know you have a life. You have a lot of other things to do, a lot of other things on your plate. But when you're back in this realm and curious about deepening your own embodiment practice, I invite you to come closer and come and engage with me and my teaching and my content and my offerings in the world. I hope that you're embodied. I hope that you're more aware after spending this time together. And I wish you an embodied life, a more embodied life as you move beyond this moment. Take care.